What's good, YouTube? It's Zach, and today we got NFL Week 9 predictions. I'm with the one, the only, the recent winner of the Miami Dolphins, the Cringy Gamer. How you doing today, my friend?
I am doing good. It's good to be back here again, but I need to step up my game in these predictions.
No kidding, man. I absolutely swept them this week. 3-0 in the 50-50. I ended up going 10-3. That's one of my better weeks in a while. Cringy fell to 7-6, and that puts me to 85-36 on the season. And my guys 10 games behind me at 75-46. So, Cringy, I asked you this last week, and you actually just brought it up. You haven't had a pick on me since week 6, where the Saints beat the Giants. What's going to be your game plan going forward here?
I might just have to maybe not pick any more. I might have to start picking some upsets. If you pick the safe pick, I might just got to take some more gambles, man. I got to get some games.
I'll have to wait and see because I have some pretty crazy picks myself. But let's do a quick Week 8 recap. We do my favorite team, his favorite team, and then the most interesting game, which is going to be a surprise once we get to it. But let's get things started with the absolute belt-to-belt that happened on Thursday Night Football. Good thing we predicted a pick on Thursday. The first time we did it all month, bro. But at what cost? The Vikings got absolutely destroyed. I heard Carson Wentz is most likely out for this season. And as a Vikings fan, it's all just about evaluating J.J. McCarthy at this point. I really love our head coach. Our defense just needs to shape it up, tighten some things up with Brian Flores, maybe adjust to a different scheme because what we're doing right now is not working. We gave up 37 points to a team that doesn't even have their first, second, or third running back on the roster. But, Cringy, what do you think my Vikings are looking like here?
We already said the Chargers would win, but I was not expecting a blowout game. At this point, I kind of agree. I think it's just time to try to get McCarthy in there and see what he can do because Carson Wentz is not the answer, clearly. But the Vikings, the Vikings are just a struggling football team, and I'm hoping they can get their stuff in shape.
96% of the people picked the Falcons to beat the Dolphins, but they absolutely turned the script around. I think they might have threw it in the paper shredder. That's the only reasonable explanation why the Dolphins won this game. And in the fashion that they did, Tua one eyeball Ola here absolutely just diced up the Falcons. I don't know if you knew about his injury or not, but yeah, Tua wasn't able to see over his offensive line. It's a crazy clip that's out there on the internet. But Cringy, how do you feel about your Dolphins after this unexpected win here?
Oh, great. I'm finally glad I get to see them win again. But it's also the question in theory is, can I start trusting them to win again? Or we're just going to get that one lucky win and we're just going to go right back to the Miami Dolphins. That's just the hard part I'm thinking. But I did like what I see from the highlights. I wasn't able to watch the game. I was at a dinner. But I liked what I see, and I hope they can keep it up. I really do.
This ended up really being a dumpster fire here. Absolutely not. It was the best game of the week. We had the New Jersey Jets getting their first win of the season. It only took them a little over 6 months. Jets fans, you guys are now allowed to celebrate. And maybe don't have to sell the team for at least 7 more days. But Cringy, Justin Fields was out there actually throwing some dots. Breece Hall even threw a touchdown. Is this just more about the Jets finally overcoming their woes, or did the Bengals really just drop one here?
Because, the Bengals just played so well until that fourth quarter, and, they just kind of just fell apart. I don't know. But the Jets did play pretty well, too. I think it's a mix of both. I think some of the defense on the Bengals part really fell apart, and I do think the Jets finally were starting to do good offensively wise.
Starting things off with Thursday Night Football. It's kind of unfortunate both of these teams really don't get to enjoy their win because they're on the short week here. You have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Ravens, I can't believe they won a game without Lamar Jackson. Tyler Huntley out there looking like Snoop Dogg finally. And then we already talked about the Dolphins in the recap. I am going to go with Lamar Jackson's return game because it's looking more and more likely as I'm reading the reports. Give me the Ravens to get the win on the road. They absolutely need it. They're basically in win-out mode. The division's still up for grabs. The Steelers, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, give me the Ravens. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I know what I just said. The question is three. Will the Miami Dolphins actually start winning games? I think it's going to turn back to Miami Dolphins. And I think, especially since Lamar Jackson's coming back, I don't know. I think the Dolphins will still lose this game. I like them to win it. It'd be amazing, but I think the Ravens will get the job done against my team.
First 1 o'clock games, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bears, guys, what are we even doing? You guys lost to Tyler Huntley. It's almost Halloween in 2025. I didn't even know that was possible. And then the Bengals, you guys lost to the 0-7 Jets. What are we even doing here, bro? Both of these teams have a lot to prove. The Bears are in a very tough spot because the Packers refuse to lose games, Cringy, and it's making me really upset. And then the Bengals could have had a chance at catching the Steelers. I am going to go with the Bears in this one. It's only 46% and then 54% for the Bengals. Based off betting odds, they think that the Bears are going to win this game. So I guess I'm going to go with the favorite in this one. I'm going with the Bears. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm gonna say the Bengals bounce back from losing to the 0-7 Jets and beat the Bears. I don't think it's gonna be a BTA situation, but I do believe that the Bengals will squeeze out this win.
Next, we have our easy pick'em of the week, unfortunately. We have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. As we said about the Vikings, they do not have a football team right now. We don't even know who's starting at quarterback. I heard Matt Brosmer got back there just so J.J. McCarthy didn't have to go behind that horrible offensive line. They're plus 340 to win, so if you place 10 on it, you win $34. That's kind of crazy. And then the Lions, they've been, again, my buddy said, BTAing everybody outside of the Packers week 1. And yeah, I'm going with the Detroit Lions. They should get this done. I'm going to be surprised this is a 21-point blowout. Give me the Lions. Cringy, what do you got?
I mean, the Vikings are they're really struggling to find they're struggling to find even a decent quarterback for the team. And then, their defense isn't all shaped up still. Yeah, they're just still trying to find who they are. So, yeah, this should be an easy win for the Lions. Give me the Lions.
We have almost an easy pick-em potential here. We have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Panthers, oh my God, I might have just offended the entire fan base right there. 40-9. Guys, I said this was going to be a close game, but I did say we did pick the Bills because they were coming off the bye, but we thought it was going to be a lot more competitive. Andy Dalton was the next coming of Satan out there, just absolutely losing the ball. Might have been some butter on there. And then the Packers, they actually won a football game where they didn't score 27 points. You guys can go back and look at all the Packers wins. They scored 27 points in all of their wins, aside from last week. But that being said, the Packers are minus 1,000. You're basically going to make maybe a penny if you place money on it. Give me the Packers. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I totally agree with Zach, man. I mean, we knew the Bills was probably going to win, but I really thought it'd be a lot more competitive game, not a flipping blowout. But yeah, I think the Packers, like I said, they just refuse to lose, and I think the Panthers won't be a problem for the Packers. Give me the Packers.
Another easy pickup potential here, but last time I said that about this team, they lost. We have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Chargers, we're just going to go fast forward that because Thursday Night Football did not happen in my brain. And then the Titans actually look somewhat formidable without Jeffrey Simmons, but they're still the worst defense in the NFL without Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, the Cowboys, whoever tries to outcoach them better has the worst defense there. The last time I said that about the Chargers, they ended up losing to the Giants. They were 3-0, and they lost to the Giants week 4. I'm going to go with the Chargers again. I think Tennessee is like one of 2 or 3 teams that I could just never predict. It doesn't even matter who they play. It could be playing a freaking Alabama. Give me the Chargers. Cringy, what do you got?
So one thing with the Titans, man, they should realistically be 0-7 at this point. They should not have beat the Cardinals. Cardinals just kind of gave them a freebie. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Zach said, it's just hard to pick the Titans or like the Jets or any of those teams. Give me the Chargers. They should get this win. If they don't, then there might be some havoc raining in Los Angeles.
This game's going to be interesting. We have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Gillette Stadium to take on the New England Patriots. The Falcons, guys, like the Falcons just absolutely got destroyed by the Dolphins. Dude, how did the Falcons beat the Bills? And then they get 30-0 to the Panthers, who look like garbage. And then they get belted by the Dolphins, who shouldn't even have a head coach right now. And then, yeah, they've been easily the Falcons are the most inconsistent team, the most up and down and all around team in the NFL. And then the New England Patriots, you have the next coming of Tom Brady, Drake May looking like a robot. When he threw that interception on Sunday, I was like, okay, now Drake May's going to calm down. And then he completed 75% of his passes to end the game. This guy's insane. Give me the New England Patriots. It should be relatively easy, but who knows? The Falcons beat the Bills. They might win this game. I don't know about the Falcons, but give me the Patriots. Cringy, what do you got?
I was like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, how do you beat the Bills? You get blown out by the Panthers, get blown out by the Dolphins, but then you beat the Bills. Like, what? Like, that makes literally zero sense. But yeah, I've got to go with the Patriots. I mean, but the thing, they might win this game because they win football games when they're not supposed to, but then they lose football games they're supposed to win. So I'm going to go with the Patriots here. If the Falcons win, that would be insanity all around.
Up next, we have the injury bowl. I literally just thought of that as I was about to start talking. We have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Giants. I mean, the 49ers haven't had a full team in, I don't know, since TV was first in color. And then the Giants, They just lost Cam Scadaboo with a very horrific injury. Please do not go back and watch it if you just ate dinner. That stuff will be coming right back up. But I am going to go with the 49ers just because they have a couple extra players available this week. I still know Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. They probably should make a trade for some defensive talent to help out Robert Saleh, that defensive coordinator over there. The Giants could potentially win. I mean, Jackson Dart has been known to expose some really good defenses. I mean, they beat the Eagles this week. So, I mean, they are at MetLife Stadium. Don't count the Giants out of it. But I'm going to go with the 49ers winning by like 6 points. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm going with the Niners getting this win. I think this game might be close considering of all the injuries and all the banged up players that they got going on. But I think the Niners will squeeze out this win.
Up next, we have the unstoppable Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Colts. Can you guys do anything wrong? Like, hello? Is Jonathan Taylor a human being? Get him drug tested right now. I said this in freaking power rankings today. Give him MVP. Daniel Jones is completing almost 70% of his passes. He's not throwing an incomplete pass. The defense is getting after the quarterback. They're one of the best teams at getting takeaways, but they are traveling to Pittsburgh, who is coming off a brutal loss to the Green Bay Packers. I know Aaron Rodgers was not happy about that because I think he had to beat the Packers to become the 4th quarterback all time to defeat all 32 teams. Cringy, I'm going with the upset here. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to finally cool down the Indianapolis Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to get bottled up because the Steelers' defense have been looking like trash this whole year. They're going to lock in for absolutely no reason because this season is unpredictable. Give me the Steelers. What do you got, my good sir?
Well, so that is a crazy pick. But at the same time, you're right, though. I mean, the Colts got to be stopped at some point. I mean, it has to happen. I mean, they just can't keep rolling on. But I am going to go with the Colts getting the job done. But like I said, I thought the Steelers defense was supposed to be pretty good. But, I mean, if they do lock in, I mean, they'll probably do some damage to the Colts. I mean, if their defense is pretty good once they locked in. But I think the Colts will get this win. But I don't think that is a crazy pick. Probably, at least not for me, but probably to the community it probably is. But I don't see that being a bad pick because I know their defense is pretty good when they're actually playing defense. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts getting the job done.
In the final 1 o'clock game, we have the Denver Broncos, the AFC West leader, Denver Broncos, taking on the Houston Texans. The Broncos, they just put up 44 points. I didn't even know that was possible in an NFL football game. They did play the Dallas Cowboys, who sometimes play with 9 people on the field. Shout out Matt Eberflus, the former Chicago Bears head coach. He is the defensive coordinator. That explains everything for me. And then the Houston Texans are actually starting to look like a promising team right now. And they just defeated the San Francisco 49ers, who were pretty banged up. But they owned the time of possession in that game. I think it was 41 minutes to 19 minutes time of possession. The Texans just would not give the 49ers the ball. I'm going to go, the Texans are actually favored to win this game. They're minus 120. I don't know how that's the case. But I'm going to go with the Texans to beat the Broncos. They are at home. They're minus 120, so they're probably favored by like a field goal is what I'm assuming the betting odds are right there. 17% of the people are going with the Texans. I am believing you, Houston. I put you honorable mention on my power rankings. Do not make me look stupid. I'm going with the Texans. Cringy, what do you got?
You know, and that's not a bad choice because the Broncos have had a lot of questionable games. I mean, like I said, they barely beat the Jets by 2 points, I believe. They almost sold a bunch of other games. They've been a very skeptical football team, but I am going to go with the Broncos still getting the job done. But yeah, the Texans did look like they're finally playing pretty good football last week against the Niners. So I don't blame you on that pick, but I will say it is very interesting because they're going against the Broncos, but I think the Broncos will win this game.
And at the start of our 4 o'clock window, I'm about to say some absolutely diabolical things here. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jaguars, you guys want to talk about it? We didn't forget about that London game. You guys got skanked 35-7 to the freaking corpse that is Matthew Stafford. And Trevor Lawrence is looking pretty solid out there. Liam Cohen. I mean, the Jaguars are up there in the AFC South. I mean, not really in the same division as the Colts, but like you're in the AFC kind of playoff picture. And then the Raiders, I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, Geno Smith is continuing to turn the ball over. Ashton Janty gets bottled up because there is no passing game. Max Crosby's out for a long time on the defensive end. I think Brock Bowers is going to come back. I have reasonings for most of my picks. This one, I really don't got one. I'm going to go with the upset here. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders getting the win for absolutely no reason at all. Give me the Raiders. Cringy, what do you got?
And I believe that is Zach's first time ever picking the Raiders in this entire prediction series. So that is going to be an interesting take. But yeah, I mean, this is like I said, there's so many teams that's hard to bet against. But I'm going to go with the safe pick. The Jaguars get the job done against the Raiders. But it would be absolutely hilarious if the Raiders win this football game.
Next, we have something that I've absolutely never seen before in the history of doing NFL pick'ems. We have the New Orleans Saints. 1% of the ESPN people think the Saints are going to win. We're talking like multiple millions of people, maybe like 10,000 people out of tens of millions of people pick the Saints here, are taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, Puka Nacua is coming back. I mean, this team is looking for revenge. I know they're in a very stacked NFC West, and they need every single game right now. Give me the Rams, relatively short order. I think Tyler Schlock is going to be starting. They don't even know because the Saints had 2 quarterbacks throw interception last week. Give me the Rams. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the Rams, and that is 100% correct. I did see NFL post that Tyler Schlock will be playing in this game. I guess they had enough of Spencer Rattler out there, but I don't think it really matters who's their quarterback. I think the Rams get this job done easily.
Game of the year potential here. We have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. Always a beautiful game to watch. It's in the 4:30 slot. That's kind of diabolical. But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs here. They're coming in on some good games as of late. They just absolutely skanked the Commanders on Monday Night Football. And the Bills pelted the Panthers all the way back to Carolina in that game. I mean, it doesn't even matter. This game will always be 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised who wins this one. I'm just going to go with the Chiefs. They're a little bit more red hot as of late. But yeah, give me Kansas City. Cringy, what do you got?
Keyword should go either way, like as Zach was saying. But I'm going to go with the Bills getting this win. I'm going to say it go either way. I don't think it matters who you pick here. I am curious, what is the ESPN predictions percentages on this game?
So it's 34% Kansas City, 66% are picking the Bills, but the Chiefs are minus 130. So they're like betting odds. I think they're favored to win by 2.5. So like a field goal in favor of the Chiefs.
Okay, that's very interesting. I thought it'd be a lot like a 50-50 shot, but the Bills, like I said, either way, I don't think it matters who wins this game. I mean, this game should be a banger. It is weird it's at a 4:30. It should be like a Sunday night football game, but I think the Bills get this win here. Very close game.
We have Sunday Night Football between 2 kind of solid teams here. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington Commanders. I'm not sure if Jaden Daniels is going to be playing, but he's just not looked 100% himself, neither health-wise or, just being 100% healthy. He's just not looking like himself out there. The Seahawks are coming in off the bye. They are on the road. They've been a lot better road team this year than at home for some reason. So with that being said, give me the Seahawks. Even if the Commanders have Jaden Daniels at 75%, I don't think it's going to matter. Seattle gets this one done in probably like a 7-point game because Seattle just loves stressing out their fans. Go Seahawks. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the Seahawks. Man. They had a lot of rest, and I think they're going to come in smoking a lot after the Commanders just absolutely got blown out by the Chiefs. But it is the Chiefs after all. But I think the Seahawks will get this win.
Dumpster fire potential here. We have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, 2 teams that have never even smelled what a defense is. The Cardinals, I believe they're coming off the bye. Yes, they are, as I looked over at my sheet. You guys didn't see that. Marvin Harrison Jr., please go off in fantasy. Please. I just lost Mike Evans. I need you to go off. You're playing the Cowboys. They have 7 people on defense. There's no Micah Parsons there. Shout out to Jerry Jones. F Jerry Jones, by the way. Hate the Packers. But we're getting off topic here. The Cowboys have one of the better offenses in the league. The Cardinals have a mediocre offense at best. Neither of them have a defense. With that being said, give me the Cowboys to bounce back to get back to 500. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I wanted some football games. I feel like almost every time I play the Cowboys, they just don't win when I need them to. But I think this will be the difference. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think this will be a game. They should win. If they don't win this game, then I might have to never pick the Cowboys again. No, I'm just kidding. But I think the Cowboys should beat the Cardinals. Give me the Cowboys getting this win.
That's all I have for you today. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Me and my guy here, we split on 5 games. Cringy has potential to cut the deficit in half. I hold a 10-game lead, or I could bust the doors open and go up 15, or somewhere in the middle. I'm hoping it's somewhere in the middle because sometimes when I'm off the mark, I am off the mark. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. And other than that, it's been Zach and Cringy. We will see y'all next Wednesday for Week 10 NFL predictions. And yeah, I'll see you guys there.